Shalom Chavrim. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about very beautiful scripture, very interesting new insight. I've talked about Hosea quite often in the past, many times in fact, but there was something just as I was talking about today on Shabbat Live, and I didn't have it right in front of me, but I quoted it by memory the best I could, and I went back and I just looked at this to confirm that this is actually so. Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15, God says to Israel, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction they will seek me, saying, Come, let us return to the Lord. For he is torn and he will heal us. He is smitten and he will bind us up. After 2 days he will revive us. In the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his presence. Let us therefore now Let us now follow on to know the Lord. His going forth is sure as the morning, and he shall come to us as the rain, as the latter rain that waters the earth. Now, think about carefully exactly what it says in the scripture here. Back to verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. Now that clearly says that the Lord, this is God himself, Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, had become present in Israel's life. And Israel had done something that had offended God. No doubt, as we know, that in the body of Yeshua was the fullness of God. God was literally in him, making the world known unto himself, declaring it to himself, as the scripture clearly says. So when we begin to look at this, in light of this, and God says, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. God will return to Israel only when Israel acknowledges their offense, which is clearly in Zechariah chapter 12. Was that chapter 12 or chapter? Yeah, I think it's chapter 12, verse 10. And again, just paraphrasing that one there. They will look upon him whom they pierced, and they will weep and mourn as a family that lost their only son. This is the house of Judah that does this. Well, God says he returns to his place until they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction they shall seek me. I used to think that the Holocaust was that affliction. Now, though, as I begin to really look at the scripture, I will return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. Israel's going to acknowledge the fact that Yeshua indeed was Mashiach. It was God present among them. Remember at when Moses, when he had to strike the rock, God didn't let Aaron go into the promised land. He was a Levite. Why? Because he had sided against Moses in this fight, or in this strife, whether or not God was truly among them or not. And of course, it only was a foreshadowing that this would happen again in the future. The Levites would actually not recognize the very presence of God among them. So God is waiting for them to acknowledge their offense, what they had done wrong, and that is rejecting the Messiah, Mashiach. And he says, in their affliction, which is about what is about to happen to us now in Israel. The world has come against us. The afflictions are upon every side. He said, they will acknowledge me, as it says here, and seek my face. In their affliction they shall seek me, saying, Come, and let us return to the Lord, for he is torn, and he will heal us. He has smitten, and he will bind us up. After 2 days he will revive us, and the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his presence. Of course, we know, going back to the time of the dispersion of the house of Israel, 723 years before Yeshua's coming, it's been nearly 3,000 years. We are in the third day, no doubt. But I just can't get over that affliction part, that they will acknowledge him. See, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction they will seek me. That's what's about to happen now. Very interesting, the time we're returning to Israel. I trust this is a blessing for you. We sure love you guys. God bless you. Baruch Hashem. I'm Stephen Ben Danun with the Danun Institute of Biblical Research.